Question. When you were younger and someone made a promise to you and you really believed in that promise, but for some reason or another, the person that pledged their promise to you, for whatever the reason, I don't know the reason, the promise didn't happen. Hmm. I guess it didn't feel so good when the promise was broken. Am I right or am I right? Let's talk about this and back in a minute. Hang on. Good morning. Good morning. This is Jan from New York City. Channel name Jan from New York City saves money. I really love helping people keep some of their own hard earned money. I want to talk to you today about being consistent and keeping a promise. When we were kids, for sure, and somebody promised us something, especially a grown up, and it didn't happen, it like really made you lose a little bit of credibility and things. We didn't realize it at the time, but we started losing credibility. And if we ourselves don't keep promises, it makes us lose our own credibility, even as grown-ups. Just saying, just saying. So here's what happened. So yesterday, you listened to one of my videos, and I wanted to make darn sure you had a video. Now, I had recorded that video for what normally would have been today's video, which is a We Can Do It Wednesday video, which is what you're listening to now. So I had a technical problem with the original Tuesday video because upon playback, despite everything, the audio was not coming back inconsistently. Well, I can't put up a video where there's audio here, maybe a little there, and maybe a little everywhere. No, can't do that. So in order to keep my promise, and it was late at night when I discovered that problem, I don't know why it didn't show up sooner, but it did last night. I mean, the night before. So I pulled up Wednesday's video, and in place, you heard me. You heard the video, you got a good message, but at the one point in the video, I'm mentioning Wednesday, but in actuality, the video was airing on Tuesday. And I could only imagine people scratching their head going, but wait a minute, Jan, are you off your rocker? Today is not Wednesday. Today is Tuesday. Of course, I knew it was Tuesday, but I needed to fill in the gap. Why was it so important for me to fill in the gap? Because, in a way, when I say I'm going to be on my show Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. Eastern, I keep promises, especially in that area. That's the way I am. That's the way I was wired. Does everybody think that way? No, not really. But there is something very important, even with that little mistake that you would hear the Wednesday. I right away notified on community tab. I notified on a comment section, about that and apologized. But at least you guys got a show. This is one of the reasons that I record my shows a week ahead of time so that pretty much with a guarantee for those that listen consistently. And by the way, thank you very much for that. I can't tell you how much I truly appreciate it. I don't have a wide audience, but I have a deep audience. I have loyal listeners, loyal viewers. Thank you so much for that. I do not take that lightly. I want to let you know that. So I'll never hit 5,000 by July 22nd. Well, maybe I will. But even if I don't, I really don't care. Honestly, I really don't care. Oh, by the way, on a funny note, I have to let you laugh. It hit me the other day, of course, that I uploaded at 5 a.m. And that was totally a coincidence. So 5 really is my favorite number. Just saying, just saying. Then the other day, I noticed one of my videos. Guess what? You couldn't even plan it to be this way. I noticed one of my recent videos, the length, the time of the video, it said 12 minutes and 5 seconds. How funny is that? December 5th. Get it? But the bottom line, see, here's the point I'm trying to make. Keeping promises and being consistent is more important than even that little mistake having to hear about the Wednesday, of which I right away notified. Okay. Right now, I'm making actual Wednesday's video because I want to make sure I'm recording it on Tuesday, May 9th, but you're going to be listening to this on Wednesday, May 10th. Customarily, of course, I record things 1 week ahead of time, but I'm not going to let you get up tomorrow morning and look to my channel for a new upload and you don't see anything there because I had to borrow Wednesday's video into Tuesday. Has anything like that ever happened to you in real life where you had to like, it's sort of like, it reminds me of a cake, baking a cake. What? What does this have to do with baking a cake? Did you ever make a cake and you did everything to the letter, but for what reason? Whoever doesn't know the reason, I don't know the reason. The cake comes out with little cracks on the top of it, and you're like, no, you want this cake to look beautiful. Well, that's the beauty of frosting a cake. Let me tell you. Frosting a cake can hide a multitude of mistakes on the cake. Okay. I mean, the cake tastes great, right? But there's just these little cracks. You don't want it to be visible, but you want to deliver the goods and you want to make sure. Supposing you're making a cake for someone is a little bit of a gift, a little bit of a thoughtfulness. You want to keep your mental promise to yourself that you're going to give someone a beautiful cake. So what do? You patch up the cracks with the icing, with the frosting, with the whipped cream, or you get creative. And that person or persons would never, ever even know the better. How do you rank yourself? Just curious to know. Do you keep your promises? Are you consistent? Now let's turn this over into money. Everything somehow magically you can apply to money matters. It's the truth. And behavioral wise, okay? Now let's say that somebody borrows, even on a tiny scale of $25, okay? On a tiny scale today. And you trusted that person, you lent them the $25. Well, if you don't get that $25 back, is it going to change your life? Not really. However, if you don't get the $25 back and that person swore up and down that you're going to get the 25 bucks back and they don't even acknowledge the 25 bucks and you begin to wonder if you really lent it to them or did you give it to them as a gift? Does that change the flavor of things? Yes, it does. Even for a tiny matter of just $25. I'm just saying, it is so important. Keeping our word, keeping our promises. Go back to when you were younger and you were promised that you were going to get this certain thing, maybe a toy or something from a loved one, and for whatever the reason, and it didn't happen, or they totally completely forgot about it, or maybe whatever the reason, you just never got it. Didn't it like feel like hurtful? Yes. That's why it's important to remain consistent and keep promises. That's why I pledge every single week to make sure that I make my shows 1 week in advance so that they're, as they say in radio business, for example, in a canon on a shelf, meaning they were recorded and they're already uploaded, ready to go. They're already scheduled. I rather do that than have people come on looking at 5 a.m. Well, where's Janet today? No, 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 no. I don't roll that way. I would never roll that way. It's just the way I am. So, can we remain consistent? Sure, we can. We just have to make up our mind to do so. Do little promises like not paying back $25 might mean something? Yes, it does. So, we need to pay attention even to the little promises, if you will. And by the way, it's certainly nice of somebody to lend somebody 25 bucks in a pinch. Keep the promise of repayment back. It means so much to the person that you're going to repay because they will reevaluate if ever they are to consider doing that type of a favor for you or someone else ever again. Just saying, just saying. I want to thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate everybody's time. And I'm trying to find my little clip here because I'm going to ask you to do the following. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Take good care of yourself and your family.